Welcome to today's coffee lecture on the normI database, where you can find standards issued by the following organizations. As you can see, the organizations are national and international, and that's the list of it. I will show you a little bit of it, mostly the first two ones. Now I switch to the live demo. Just a minute. Sorry, it's a beginner's mistake. So what I would like to show you first is actually the first page you see when you enter normI, an ETA licensed by the main library of the ETH. You see that one, that site. What you can do here in the research box, you can either enter a standard number if you know it, or you can leave it empty. As I do not have yet a number, I decided to leave it empty and just click on find, which is quite a shock because now I have almost 3 million hits. But you can also enter keywords and use the Boolean operators or any wildcards. What you see here is the standard view, which you can change up here with these icons, or you can change the sorting from relevance to name to date to size. And you can change the hits that are shown on one page. Then here, that's quite important when you have that many hits. That's the navigation. And with the navigation, you have different filter options with which you can narrow your results. First of all, with the date, the classification, whether there are full texts available, whether the norm is actual, the language, the translations, then the type of document, the profile directory, the country code, and of course, quite important, the publishers. Now I prepared some examples. The first one is I have a standard number. It's, oh, my mistake. ISO this. And as you can see, with my search, I got 9 documents. I have here relevance. And the first one is actually actuel, yes. I have a full text available. And I have other documents which aren't actual or current, up to date. And here I have another one which is also up to date, but has no full text. So what you can do, you can either look at the details. When you do that, a window pops up and you see all the information to that standard. What is it? What's the original language? Why is it there? And when you go down, you have here, which is what is quite important or interesting, you have hyperlinks to other relations, to the history of versions, to replaces, or whatever. You have a lot of things you can click on And for example, here, because we are now in this standard is for yachting, you have the countries where this norm is standard. That's the Marshall Islands and Malta. Then you can go on preview and the PDF opens up. You on the first page, you again have all the information you need. It's the subject is large yachts and the navigational bridge visibility. You have the date and who's responsible for this norm. Here you can download it or search through it. So you have a lot of possibilities when you open up the preview. What you also can do, you can share it, you can download it, or you can observe it, which means maybe you heard that the standard will change in a few days or in a few months. You can click on that and say, I want to observe that. And then you have to enter an email address, and then you will be informed should there be an update to your request. My second example is this one. And as you can see, I put my request into quotation marks. That stands for a phrase search. So I only want the system to look for D3018, nothing else. That's why I have the quotation marks. And now you can see here I have 17 documents. I don't see, I see the result, the D1318 on different documents, but what I don't have, I do not have a full text. But I have a link to the provider, to the publisher's homepage. So I can click on that. It's again the up-to-date, the current one. With with that publisher's homepage, you need to wait a little bit. This morning it worked absolutely fine. So again, as you can see now, you have to be a little bit patient. And you also, when I was here this morning on the first time, you have to accept the license of the homepage, but that's just a click. But here now you have the full text to the specification. Then you go here. And as you can see now, here I have the whole text, which I can look at or download, whatever I want to do. When you see something like you need to pay, like what you see here, price $61, try to get it first for free, either in a library catalog or any other page. So now my last example is also with quotation marks. And that is something quite new, because when they started normI, the problem was that DIN was not part of the normI database. They changed that now, which is quite a good thing because DIN is quite important for all of us because it's a German thing. And here you have the explanation. You see, I have what I'm looking for, how old it is. Then I see that it's current, an up-to-date PDF. And you also see what it's about. You see it in English, German, and French. You can click on preview, and so you have the PDF again, or the text, with all the necessary information. Or you can go on details, which I do here now, because you see the second hit I have is DIN 8031. That's not the same I was looking for. I looked for 6590. So why is that part of my hits? So I click on it. I don't want the preview, but I want the details. And when I go into the details and I go to the cross-reference, I see that my DIN 6590 is part of the cross-reference of that DIN. So that's a good thing because in the end, you will receive all the necessary information that you have cross-references and everything else when you do open up this pop-up window. Now, the last point I want to show you is you have a question mark down here. That's the help page. You have a lot of interesting queries you can use with syntaxes you can try on. And you have also here the link to the user manual. So, go back to my presentation. And here you see there are further information. As I said, normI is licensed by the ETH main library. And there are two homepages dedicated to standards. One is an overview of databases, standards, and patents. And one is then normI itself. So you can check on these two homepages. The information there is quite interesting. Then additionally, I have here the coffee lecture card with the link and the QR code, and also with the link to the homepage. Now, my question is, do you have further questions? But should you have further questions or need any help, please do not hesitate to contact us. And I hint at tomorrow's, the last coffee lecture of this series. That's Obsidian Goes Zotero, which is presented by Gina Ganarozzi at the same place, same time. Thank you for your attention.